From Osaka, the bullet train ride to Hiroshima takes about 90 minutes. It can cost around 10,000 yen for a reserved seat, which includes comfortable seating and speeds of up to 300 kilometers per hour. The efficiency of the Shinkansen never ceases to amaze me. There's something almost futuristic about gliding across the country so quickly. Yet, as I settle into my seat, I'm reminded that my destination is a city shaped by one of the most destructive events in modern history. To understand what happened here, we have to look at the Manhattan Project. This was a secret program initiated by the United States during World War II, aimed at creating an atomic bomb. J. Robert Oppenheimer, a theoretical physicist, played a major role as the scientific director. The project spanned multiple locations, involved thousands of people, and was conducted under strict secrecy. Its success led to the creation of two bombs, Little Boy and Fat Man, which would be dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. This isn't merely a travel destination, it's a location where countless lives were lost in an instant. Before the atomic bomb was dropped, the Allies issued the Potsdam Declaration, demanding Japan's unconditional surrender. The text warned of prompt and utter destruction if Japan did not comply. Many historians argue that Japanese leadership did not fully grasp the potential magnitude of the threat, especially the devastating capabilities of the new kind of weapon. Within this complex backdrop of global conflict, Hiroshima would become the first city to suffer under an atomic attack. Stepping into the museum, I see displays of personal items, photographs, and testimonials. On August 6, 1945, the bomb exploded roughly 600 meters above the city center, causing catastrophic damage. Around 140,000 people had died by the end of that year, many of them civilians and children. The radius of destruction was around 1.6 kilometers, obliterating buildings and leaving thousands injured or trapped beneath rubble. Radiation sickness followed in the days, weeks, and months to come. Seeing exhibits that detailed children's clothing, scorched lunchboxes, and heartbreaking stories of families torn apart is more than I can handle at times. It's not easy to comprehend the suffering that occurred here. Many died instantly from the heat and the blast, while others passed away later due to radiation poisoning. Survivors, known as Hibakusha, have lived with long-term health issues and emotional trauma. The bombing of Hiroshima, followed by another atomic attack on Nagasaki, led to Japan's surrender at the end of World War II. Yet the moral debate surrounding these actions continues. Were there alternatives? Should this weapon have been used, knowing it would cause unprecedented civilian casualties?
The ending of the war by this means, certainly cruel, was not undertaken lightly. But I am not, as of today, confident that a better course was then open. I have not a very good answer to this question.
The questions play a thought in my mind as I move through the exhibits, feeling a weight that is difficult to put into words. Stepping outside, I walk towards the structure known as the A-bomb dome. This skeletal building remains preserved to show the city's state immediately after the explosion. Nearby memorials and monuments honor those who perished. People from around the world come to lay flowers, pray, and reflect on the fragility of life. Hiroshima represents the consequences of conflict in the starkest way possible. and it challenges us to consider how we can strive for peace in our own lives. Thank you for joining me on this deeply affecting journey. If you have your own thoughts on about Hiroshima, the Manhattan Project, or the ethics of nuclear warfare, share them below. Let's continue the conversation, remembering that the lessons of Hiroshima can guide us toward empathy and understanding in a world that still grapples the realities of war.
But I do not think that our consciences should be entirely easy at stepping out of the part of studying nature, learning the truth about it, to change the course of human history. Long ago, I said once that in a crude sense, which no vulgarity and no humor could quite erase, the physicists had known sin. And I didn't mean by that the deaths that were caused as the result of our work. I meant that we had known the sin of pride. We had turned to affect, in what proved to be a major way, the course of man's history. We had the pride of thinking we knew what was good for man. And I do think it has left a mark on many of those who were responsibly engaged.